it's Mena. Welcome back to my channel, or if this is the very first video that you're seeing of me, then welcome to my channel. Please be sure to hit the subscribe button down below if you didn't already. I post every day except for Wednesday, Friday, and Saturday afternoon. And today in this video, I'm going to talk about my top 5 fighting video games. So these are video games that I used to love to play with my parents' permission, and I would play it with my older brother. And these were really fun games for us to play. We really enjoyed the fighting video games, even though, and they were like rated E for everyone, like age appropriate games. And we never imitated anything from these games, but we would still continue to play them, even though we never imitated any of the stuff from the games. And they were such fun games to play. My brother taught me how to play all these games. And a lot of these games, and there are some games, sadly, I don't know if you can get some of them anymore. I'm not sure if they still produce them, but they were really fun games. And if you guys can ever find them, I highly recommend you try them out. Sadly, one of them they don't make anymore. And I'm going to explain that in a little bit. And what were your guys' favorite fighting games to play? Comment down below. So I'm going to get started. So number 1 on my list would be Super Smash Bros. Melee. And this was for Nintendo 64. So I'm going to pull up a Nintendo 64 for you guys. I'm sure some of you guys, if you grew up in the 90s, knew what they like. But for those who are new to a Nintendo 64, I'm going to show you guys what it looks like. So this is what a Nintendo 64 looks like, if you can see. It's got so basically what it was is a system. You hooked it up to the TV, and it had controllers. As you can see, there's like little spots for controllers, and then you stuck the game inside the thingy. And the little opening it had like a little slot. Oops. It had like a little slot where you could stick the game in. And these were so much fun. And I used to love playing Nintendo 64. So I'm sure most of you guys know this, if you've watched my channel, or because I have mentioned it a few times that I used to have a Nintendo 64, and it was my brother's, and we used to share it, but sadly we no longer have it anymore because it got stolen from my dad's house. Sadly, it got stolen from my dad's house, which kind of sucks, but it was still a fun system to play. We used to love playing it when we were kids. So that's what they had when I was a kid, was a Nintendo 64, and they were really popular. They don't make them anymore. They stopped producing them, I think, in the early 2000s or something. I don't remember, but they stopped producing them years ago, but I wish they still made them because they were so much fun. And Smash Bros. Was probably like my most favorite game to play on, on the Nintendo 64. I loved playing with all the different characters that were in the game, and I like the fact that it had so many different characters from all the Nintendo games, like Ness from Earthbound, Kirby from Kirby, obviously, Pikachu from Pokemon. It had like so many different characters from different video games from Nintendo, and I really enjoyed the fact that this combined all the different characters, and I really liked that. Yeah, and that was such a fun game to play. Number 2 on my list would be Super Smash Bros. Melee, and this was for Nintendo GameCube. So this was the first game my brother and I ever played for GameCube, and we had so much fun with it. It was one of our favorite games to play. We got this to replace our Nintendo 64, which we no longer had after it got stolen along with the GameCube, and we had so much fun playing with this game, and this was our first game we ever played for Nintendo GameCube. And we really enjoyed it because it reminded us of the old Smash Bros, except with different characters, and we had so much fun playing it. And it was just one of those fun games, and it was so much fun. It just reminded us so much of the old Smash Bros from like the original game. Number 3 on my list would have to be Bloody Roar Primal Fury, and this was for Nintendo GameCube. This was another fun game my brother and I loved to play. It was really fun because we got to play with all these human characters who would transform themselves into like weird beasts. And they were super fun to play because they had some really cool powers when they went from human to beast form, and I really liked that. And it was such a fun game to play, and I really enjoyed it. And I just really loved the fact that they would go from human to beast form, and I liked all the powers they had when they were in beast form. They had much more powers than they did when they were in beast form than they did when they were in human form. And it was pretty cool. Cool. And if you've never played Bloody Roar Primal Fury, I highly recommend it. It is such a fun game. Number 4 on my list would have to be Dead or Alive 3, and this was for Xbox. So this was probably the first Xbox game I ever played. I really enjoyed this game. I thought it was so much fun with all the different characters I got to play, and they had some pretty cool moves when they were fighting, and I thought that was really awesome. Awesome. And this was the first Xbox game I ever played, and this was probably one of my favorite games. Like, my brother taught me how to play this one too, and it was really fun. Number 5 on my list would have to be Pokemon Stadium 1 and 2. So this is kind of a combined game because it's 2 separate games just combined because I couldn't pick which one to put in this list. And this was for Nintendo 64. I used to love Pokemon Stadium. I thought this was such a fun game to play. So basically what you had to do in this game was you picked your Pokemon for a fight in the stadium. And once you picked the Pokemon for a fight in the stadium, you would get them ready to fight. And you would just pick like the C with the C buttons, which were up, down, or right or left. You had to pick which powers they could do. And you technically didn't play the Pokemon in the game, which is pretty interesting. You only just had to tell the Pokemon what to do in the game. And that's basically how the game worked, was you had to pick the Pokemon's powers and tell them what to do. And this was a pretty fun game. I really miss this game. I wish they still made it today, and it's too bad they no longer make the Nintendo 64 because that was such a fun system. It'd be cool if they made it probably for like GameCube or something because it was such a fun game to play. Okay, and I really just enjoyed it because I like the fact you got to pick your Pokemon, you get to pick the Pokemon's powers, and it was a pretty fun game in general. Okay, so those are my top 5 fighting video games. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thank you so much for watching. Please be sure to like and subscribe if you haven't already. I post every day except for Wednesday, Friday, and Saturday afternoon, and I'll see you in another video soon. Bye!